Welcome everyone to the 25th episode of Popular Polls, your weekly show which usually happens on Sunday. So sorry I'm late, I was out traveling with the Model 3. It was a nice weekend, but anyway, so usually it happens on Sunday and we'll discuss your answers from obviously last week. So let's not waste any time and get straight into the answers of last week's questions, last week's question, it was just one, which was, what's driving change in the EV auto industry? Thanks to all 9 of you who responded and who answered last week's poll, and also 2 comments that we had, which I'm going to read out in a minute here. And it's looking at the results, it's interesting. No one said legislation is actually driving change in the EV auto industry. I don't know, I feel like, a couple of countries already announcing that they're banning the sale of combustion engines all along at a certain point not too far off in the future would put some pressure on the EV auto industry and, kind of facilitate the change towards it. But I'm super happy to see innovation up there. I'm a huge fan of innovation myself. I love Elon Musk, I love SpaceX, obviously Tesla, and I think there's such a huge drive. I feel like if you have a product which is just so amazing, it's so innovative, it's disruptive, that people want to actually buy it and want to be part of your company as a story, as investors, as customers, I think that's the nicest way of being successful. I feel like that's, at least that's my 2 cents on it. Anyway, popular demand on the second rank here and the money on the third one. So I think popular demand is a strong indicator. We have heard recently from BMW, I think it was Klaus Fröhlich auf Deutsch, in German, who said that there is no demand in Europe, like people just don't want to buy electric cars. Well, I'm going to say, you are so wrong. Anyway, you should just make a good electric car. So the i3 isn't bad, it's a good car. Just saying, make one that's cheaper, compete with Tesla here. Anyway, so it's interesting to see this kind of innovation, popular demand, money, and then none with legislation. But hey, that's what you think, and I think this is a reasonable thing to go on. So let's go into the comments. So there's one from Garrett. I think I read a comment out from you. It was last week or a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, I feel like you're a regular now. I love that. So Garrett says, it is the combination of innovation, pressure, competition. I would say it's like innovative pressure or something, okay? Competition, demand starts when affordable, legislation, and the demand is driven, all of this. So what I'm taking from this is, the combination of innovation and competition, that's when, it starts to make this even more affordable. And I gotta agree, the more innovative we are, the more we drive demand, the more people are going to want EVs because they're great. And then, this drives competition and that drives prices, making them more affordable. And then even more people want to get EVs. So I think that's just so great. And then we have the second comment from Donald. Definitely read one out from you before. Pretty sure it was maybe last week. Anyway, love to have you on the show as well. Thanks for your comment. Thanks for anyone, by the way, who's commenting. I pretty much read all of them and try to respond if a response is due. And Donald says, Tesla's innovation is creating such significant demand for EVs that legislators and people want to join the future of personal transportation. The lower pieces of excellent EVs is likewise promoting the lower prices of excellent EVs is likewise promoting increasing demand. I think I commented on this and was like, yep, you're completely right. This is exactly what is happening, what I feel is happening. The innovation is driving the demand, and then legislators and people want to join, and then it all drives down the price. So I love this future. I actually love the time we're living in right now. It's such a crazy time. So much is happening. I don't know. I love this. It's driving change. It's exciting. Anyway, let's not talk too much about what I feel this whole time is about. Let's talk about you. Let's set a new question where you get to tell me your answers again. And I want to set a new one because, okay, let me start on this. There were a lot of profit warnings And one of them was from, or not, maybe not so many, but there was at least one profit warning in the last couple of days from Mercedes-Benz. It's not their first one, actually. And Mercedes-Benz, so Daimler is the kind of, and they make the Mercedes-Benz cars. They're here in Germany, where I live, and they put out, again, yet another one. And I just want to know from you, which legacy automaker has the highest chance or potential of succeeding? Because personally, I feel like we're going to see a whole lot of consolidation in the upcoming 5 to 10 years, where automakers have to collaborate more. We've seen collaborations like between VW and Ford. Some of the world's biggest brands, they're now collaborating. They're like, this is, they're in competition, but then also, it's great. In Germany, we have Ford, we have VW, we have Volkswagen brand cars. Audi is obviously part of the Volkswagen group as well, and Skoda is, and I used to own a Skoda before, or Skoda, whatever you say it. And then obviously in the US, like there's Volkswagen, there's Ford, like they are now competing but also collaborating. This is crazy. So which automaker has the highest chance of succeeding? I'm super excited about this. There's so much to talk about here, and I can only give you a couple of choices, 5. In a minute, but please do leave comments with your explanations why you think this automaker is going to make it or this automaker is not going to make it, and name a couple of other automakers if you have some in your mind that you think are going to make it, because I can hardly put all of them in this list. Again, to answer, like every week, please click on the pop-up card, which will pop up in the top right hand corner of your video right now. And to answer, we have 5 choices. First one is VW Group. Now this includes like Audi, for example, Audi for us Germans, and Skoda, for example, right? So VW Group. Honestly, I didn't like their whole Dieselgate. I was really mad at them. I was especially mad at the German government for not doing shit about it. Sorry for my language, but they didn't oh yeah, you have to maybe mend this and put a new part in. What the in the US, you got money back, they had to buy your cars back, stuff like that. And Germany's oh yeah, fuck you. Now your car is worth nothing. Your fault. I think it was a huge miss on the government here. But anyway, I actually grown to really like Volkswagen because they are going strong with the ID3. They put some good people, at least they have some board members that are really pushing this, they're behind this. At least that's what my personal feeling is. So I like them. So VW Group, first choice. Second choice, BMW. Honestly, meh. I don't really know if they have a future. They are doing good job with the i3. However, this is now changing. I think they're doing the iX4, iX3 next. Anyway, this Klaus Fröhlich, Klaus Fröhlich, the guy who was speaking at the, I think it was Next conference from BMW. Holy cow. I mean, what was he talking about? He was saying, if you haven't seen this, look it up, read some articles about it. He was talking, I don't know if he got the memo about the future of the company, but man, and I think he's considered for CEO now because they got a CEO change ahead. Wow. Anyway, drifting off here. Third choice, Mercedes-Benz. Just heard that they had a profit warning. Are they going to make it? I don't know. I know people who work at, Mercedes-Benz, and it's, at least it seems like the company's got money to blow. Even though they put out profit warnings, they're spending crazy on salaries, on, internal combustion engines. Maybe they should be spending more on, autonomous driving and more on actually getting EVs to the road. Not sure if they can actually make it. Would be a bummer. I don't know. Mercedes-Benz has quite a history. Anyway, fourth one, Toyota. I'm not going to say too much about Toyota. I think it's currently the world's biggest automotive company, so Toyota, are they going to make it? They put a lot on hybrid technology. Obviously, still have servicing and, put some oil in the engine and stuff like that. So anyway, that costs money. Toyota, and last but not least, Ford, also one of the biggest automakers in this world. I didn't want to just put this down because I'm in Germany. I have this German focus, and put BMW and Mercedes-Benz on there, so Daimler. I wanted to also put an American company with Ford on here. Obviously, Tesla is now my all-time favorite car company. It's an American one, so I know we've come quite a long way. There were great American cars before this. Anyway, talking too much here. There's, again, lots more to like. For example, Hyundai or Kia, they are doing great with their electric cars already. Are they going to make it? Are they not? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let me know which legacy automaker is going to make it. Yeah, that's it. Just subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so you'll get all the new updates. And then I will see you I'll see you in one of my next videos if you watch my other ones, which are mostly in German, but still, if you want to watch them as well. By the way, there are subtitles. You can just, do auto caption and translation stuff. It's not perfect by YouTube, but I've tried it a couple of times on my own videos to check if it's working. Quite well, actually. Kind of like it. And, yeah, I'll definitely see you next week. So, hopefully next Sunday, I'll be on time. Bye-bye.